Yeah, this was quite fun. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is a brand new 2023 action adventure film directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein, and it starred Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Regé-Jean Page, and Hugh Grant. And like I said, this was a lot of fun. I really didn't have much hope for this movie because first of all, I've never played D&D. I never got a chance to get into it as much as I really wanted to. I just never had time to. The trailers for this movie just did not look great to me, but I still went into this movie with an open mind, and I ended up having a ton of fun. So let's go ahead and start this off with the good. And there's just a lot to love in this movie. Like I said, first of all, the acting is really great. First, you have Chris Pine as the main character, and Chris Pine just always does a great job, but he was really great in this movie. I really liked the way he played his character and the character development that he goes through in this movie. Really great. Michelle Rodriguez is the secondary character, pretty much Chris Pine's best friend in this movie. She does a really great job as well. And I'm speaking as somebody who really has only seen Michelle Rodriguez in the Fast and Furious movies and also the first Avatar, and I didn't dislike her in those, but she never really stood out to me. But I always kind of liked her, but she was really great in this movie. You have Justice Smith. I haven't really seen him in anything that I know of. He plays the sorcerer in this movie. He does a really great job. I love the comedy that we get with his character because he's a very bad sorcerer and he thinks he's a great sorcerer. And you also get some really great character development for his character in this movie as he learns how to be a better sorcerer in this movie. And I just really liked the way he played the character. He just had a really fun screen presence. Sophia Lillis only gets introduced about halfway through this movie, but probably not about half, a little bit before the halfway point, but she does a really great job as well. I've only seen her in the It movies, and she was good in those, but I haven't seen her in anything else that I can think of at the moment. I probably have. But she was really great in this movie. Really loved her chemistry with Justice Smith. Really, really great chemistry there. And then rounding out the team of heroes in this movie, you have Regé-Jean Page, who does only show up halfway through and kind of disappears after a little segment of the movie, but he really steals the show when he shows up. He's easily the best character in the movie. When he's on screen, he's a complete badass, and I don't think I've seen him in anything else as well. I have to look it up, but he was really great in this movie. Like I said, really badass. Kind of wish that he was in it a little more, but I suppose had he been in it more, the whole situation would have been solved a little too easily because of how badass the character was. But then you have Hugh Grant as one of the villains in this movie, and he's really great as well. Hugh Grant is just an actor that I really like. He's always got a fun screen presence, and I really hope we do get a sequel so we can get more from all of these characters, but especially Hugh Grant and Regé-Jean Page. It's really, really great performance from Hugh Grant. A lot of fun. Kind of reminded me of Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok with some of his wardrobe choices. But he, like I said, really fun performance. And then aside from the acting, the story here is just really great. I really love the story. It's your typical medieval fantasy world quest, but it's really, really fun with everything that plays out. You think you're gonna get some kind of solution to something, surprise, you gotta go somewhere else. It's, from what I've heard, it gets about as unhinged as a regular D&D session, but I really, really love the story and how unhinged it can get in some parts. And then you also have the set pieces and the character designs. Really great camera work and cinematography. Great costume design for all the characters. And you also have some really good practical and animatronic effects for some of the creatures in this movie. And that was really great as well. And obviously the score and the soundtrack really great. And what I really love about this movie is that it doesn't forget to have fun. Like a lot of medieval set movies have been lately, they forget to have fun. This movie remembers to have fun and let the audience have fun instead of being some dark, drab, and serious melodrama. Not knocking most of them because they do a good job at them. But this movie actually has fun with the concept, doesn't take itself seriously. It even has some really good moments of humor. Really, really love the moments of levity with all the characters. And that's about all for the good, on to the bad. And if I really had to point out one thing, it would be that the main villain of this movie felt a little too bland and generic, but that's about it. So, on to the final thoughts. I really love this movie. For Dungeons and Dragons fans, this is going to be a blast. For people like me who have never been able to play Dungeons and Dragons for whatever reason, this is also going to be just a ton of fun. Aside from a good Dungeons and Dragons adaptation, it's just a fun movie. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves is one of the best movies of the year so far, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that's my thoughts on Dungeons and Dragons. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.